rolling. So let me just do an
right.
intro, and then now from there we take the conversations.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another session of the Playhouse. I bet some of you are wondering, who on earth is this in front of the camera?
Yes.
That was me a few days ago, but I have been schooled, and I was just like, you have to hear her story, because her story is absolutely incredible. With me, I've got Sally Karago. She is one of Africa's top de la cream fashion designers.
Come on now.
There's so much about her life that you're going to hear, her journey. You're going to hear about the different accomplishments that she has done, and she has done a lot. I'll throw in a quick teaser and let you know that some of her collections have actually been showcased across the world, notably in New York and in London, and we'll get into that story. She also has got some shops that sell Sally's collection in Village Market and in The Hub. And on top of that, she's got a school that teaches fashion design. She's been in the industry for over 30 years. How many people do you know have been doing fashion design for over 30 years? So for those of you who would like to hear an amazing, inspiring, aspirational story, look no further. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands together for none other than Sally Karago.
Welcome to another episode of Fashion with Roshi. We just wrapped up the African Fashion Week in New York City. Today I'm here with the designer Sally Karago. Hello Sally.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Please tell me about your stunning collection.
My collection, I was inspired by the Turkana tribe. It's a tribe that's found on the north side of Kenya. And yeah, that's where I got my inspiration from. So what I did, I took the traditional ways and brought it into a modern way.
As you can see, Sally, I do everything by myself, including my sound effects.
I tell you.
So thank you so much for allowing me to have a conversation with you. I don't like calling it an interview.
Okay, then.
It's more so a conversation.
Okay.
My understanding of fashion is very little. Fashion and fashion design and that whole world. So it's a pleasure. I will ask you some very layman questions.
Okay.
So Sally, let me ask you this question. I always like starting the Playhouse with this question about the genesis of how you got into whatever it is that you did. So for you, when did you fall in love, or what inspired you to get into fashion design?
I'll take you back on my journey when I was 12 years old. And my neighbor used to go to a local fashion school here in Nairobi. And
I know it may be rude to ask a woman her age, but I'm just trying to figure out 12 years old, what era is this?
This was in probably in the 70s.
In the 70s?
Yes.
Whoa, okay.
Yes, it is. Yes, so the lady was called Priscilla. And I used to wait on her by the road, and I would help her carry her bags back to her home. And she would have work to do, which is pattern making, and she would have some illustration drawings to do. And it used to intrigue me, the things that she used to do, the long rulers that she used to carry, and all that. And this is a 12-year-old child looking onto something that has intrigued her, inspired her, and even the lady used to dress quite well, and she would tell me it's things that she actually makes. So that got me going. And back in my house, I come from a family of 4 sisters, and me myself 5. And my dad was also, can I say, he had a bit of a swag. He loved fashion. And every new thing that came, especially on the men line, he always had it.
He was with it.
He was with it, yeah. And he encouraged, I think he saw something in me when I was younger. So one of the things that he usually asked me to do is coordinate his clothing, going to the office, going out with his friends, and also my younger sisters, or even my older sister, the things that he used to make me do. Like when we do, Christmas was such a big event in my family. So we used to go out in town and buy clothes and that kind of thing. And my dad always put me on the lead. So he saw something in me, and probably I didn't even know what it is that I know now, that it was all to do with fashion. Yeah, but in those days people used to call it tailoring.
Yes.
Yeah. And of course a lot of parents did not like that word. But we as we were growing as youth, if I had never met Priscilla, I think I would have made a wrong choice in my career today.
You don't think you'd have been where you are? So
no, I would not have been.
And where are you right now? Are you in Nairobi? Are you in Kenya even?
Yes, I'm in Nairobi and I'm in Kenya. I'm in Nairobi.
Okay.
I'm located in Nairobi alone. Yeah.
Okay, so Priscilla inspires you, and what does that do now? And also what you've talked about, the fact that your dad had seen this, something that this girl likes.
Yeah.
So where do you go from that?
So I had to finish school. Obviously, there was no one who was going to take me when I was as a 12-year-old girl.
And you're in primary at this time?
I was in primary school.
Yeah.
So I finished my O-levels and I joined a local school in Nairobi, and I was there for 2 years. And then after which I joined a beauty school, because at that time when I finished my college, I was not good in the entrepreneur part, and I think I was still very young. Yeah. So
hold on, let me understand this. So you finished primary, then you went to high school.
I went to high school.
So, but you were in that high school only for 2 years?
No, I was in secondary school for 4 years.
Okay, so you finished secondary school,
and then I went straight into college.
That's where you were there for 2 years.
Yeah, I was there for 2 years.
Okay.
Then after that, I don't think I was really ready to be an entrepreneur. And I didn't even think I knew what being an entrepreneur was.
Let me even take you back. So in high school, nothing. In that period of time?
No, I didn't go to high school. I reached O-levels and I went straight into college. Okay,
but in college, were you doing anything to do with, after seeing Priscilla, do you do anything to do with fashion? To do with tailoring at that time?
No. No, I was still in school.
Okay.
I was still in school. So from my O-levels, I went now to college. Yeah, since I was still very young, and my mom believed that I should be in a fashion school, but my dad was also having an issue with it. And he was saying, Sally, after educating you until where you are, now you want to tell me you want to become a tailor? There is no child of mine that's going to become a tailor. So I somehow convinced him, and I told him, this is what I want to do. And I was very good in, what was this called? We used to call it in school, like cookery or home science. I was actually an excellent student in that. So anyway, eventually he agreed, and my mom got me a school. And I remember I went on the second term, and everybody was worried, will she catch up? Will she do? I told them, I will catch up. I'll even do evening class, whatever you tell me, I will do it. And that's how I got to be in this school. And when I finished with a distinction. I was there for 2 years.
What school was this?
It was the Evelyn's College of Design. After that,
let's talk a little bit about this time being in that college. First of all, you must have been so happy because
my dream come true.
you get to now do your passion.
Yes.
So what kind of stuff now do you learn there?
We learn things like drafting, pattern making. Drafting and pattern making is the same thing. So we do also construction, and we did a lot of textiles, I remember. And
now this is the 80s we're talking about.
We're talking the 80s now.
Yeah.
And we did a bit of illustration, not like what we know illustration today, but we did a bit of illustration. And then after that, we did I think it was called iTech.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure, but there was an exam that we were to do, so we did the exam.
And were you many students?
We were many students. We came from almost the nations of East Africa, especially.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, and the school was it was a popular school because there was no other school of fashion and design. Yeah. So I finished. and I tried to open a business.
So did you do well?
I did very well.
Okay.
I got a distinction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was so determined to do well.
And you came late.
And I came late.
You joined late, but
yes,
you still left
yes.
with the distinction.
I even used to model in the school. Yes, so that was kind of cool. And then after which, I decided, okay, let me try and open a business. But my business now was going to be in Karen, in my mother's house. So she gave me like a servant quarter.
Yeah.
And every morning I had to come and pick my tailor from around Kibera and drive him back to my house. And so my clients found the distance kind of long. Though I had a few clients, but it was not very sustainable at that time.
How did you even get those clients?
Just people who knew me, friends, my sister's friends, people who knew that I'm in the fashion industry, that kind of thing. At that time, there was no social media, so it was mostly word of mouth. Yeah. And then after that, I was like, I don't think I'm ready for this now. Maybe I should do something else. So I joined a school of beauty because you see, fashion and beauty works together. So I joined a school and I think I was there for about 6 months.
Here in Kenya?
Here in Kenya.
Oh.
It was a big school. And I also got another diploma or certificates. And then after that, one of my aunties just came and told me, no, Sally.
So when you say school of beauty, we're talking about now, literally, is it hair, makeup?
No, it was more skincare.
Or skincare.
And makeup.
Okay.
And makeup, yeah. So I was there for 2 years. And what I studied a lot was skincare, because at that time I think I was about 16 and I had serious acne. And I wanted that acne to go. So I said, instead of me trying all sorts of products, let me go first to school and first understand why I have acne. And I came to learn why I had acne, and they gave me great treatment. And today, when I look at my skin, I'm like, I thank God that I listened to those professions and also learning about the skin and skincare. Yeah. And those were many years ago.
Hey, you're still talking about the 80s.
I'm talking about the 80s, yeah. Then after which, I went and worked. I worked as a beautician. I always tell people this, and it's something that people always think I joke. I was actually one of those girls who you would come in, I'll be called from the back, I'll do your manicure, I'll do your pedicure, I'll do your waxing and your eyebrow shaping and all those sort of things.
So at this time, are you still thinking fashion?
Oh yes. It has not left my mind.
Also, this is just, I need to pay bills, or I need to get some money.
I need to get bills, and I need to start working. I need to feel the feel of work and that kind of thing.
And not entrepreneurship.
And not entrepreneurship. I was not ready. That for sure, I was not ready at that time. I was not sure. I think I was still very young. And still, you know, when you're young, and as a youth, you know, there's always this, your friends want to do this, you want to go here, you want to do that. So I said, you know, for me to even have money, because I can't keep on asking my mother, so I have to work. At least I have a little bit of money on myself, going to MPESA and those sort of things. So anyway, after which, one of my aunties, who was, I can say she was a really posh auntie, she called me one day and she told me, Sally, I think you need to pursue your fashion career. You need to go to London. You have the gift, but I don't think you're well polished in this gift. So I was like, Auntie, how do somebody go to London? And I'd never left the nation. I'd only gone to Mombasa. So anyway, so I started looking into colleges, and I remember I went to the British High Commission when they used to be at the corner of is it Kenya Cinema, somewhere around there. Yeah, that's people have come from Patu. Yeah, so I went there and I looked for colleges. I pursued through their catalogs and I found a college. I wrote to them, I sent them a certification, and they immediately accepted me. And I got an acceptance letter and I was so excited. I was like, Mom, I'm going to London. You have to do fashion and design. And from then on, like we always say, I was put in a plane and I landed in London.